Okay, we have here two tools, for example. One tool is a very simple tool. With this tool we only can measure the switch. Here now we have contact, and when we have contact you don't hear a voice. Yeah? And though it's only this part, we only check is the switch on or the switch off. Yeah? Yep. Okay, this is one of the part. I think this is also the part which you have normally in your car. Yeah? The next part which you need is the hydraulic gauge. Yeah? You see this one? I need a little bit paper. I think it's could be a little bit oily. Would you hold it a moment?
Yep.
So, this is the next part which you need. It's a normal hydraulic gauge. By bigger machines, we have such a gauge fixed installed in a machine, so we can see the pressure every time, and we also see the pressure in the display. By this smaller machine, we haven't such a gauge fixed installed. Two situations. One of them, it's too expensive for this machine, and the other one, this is the critical part, because you have here glass, and when you damage the glass, your oil come out. Yeah. And so it's a critical point which you don't need on the machine.
Okay.
Yeah. So, a lot of machines. We started by this 860. The machine is, in this case, is in the delivery state. Yeah. Normally, before we can work with the machine, in America, I learned that we had to fill up the tank before, because we deliver them normally in Europe with a full tank. But when we ship them to America overseas, then we have to deliver them with a separate oil canister. Right. Yeah? And the first thing what we have to do is connect the machine to the electric system, and then we have to pull out or go out with the cylinder. Yeah? I think we don't want to do it here, but depends tomorrow when we have time enough and when it's interesting for you, then we can push out the cylinder. The cylinder here, you see the press plate is hanging on the guiding tubes. Yeah? So it's fixed in the down position. Yeah? And now when I would press with press plate down, there's no possibility to go more downwards, then the hydraulic tubes would go up. Yeah? And so it's easy to press with two-hand operation that we want to press plate down, and in this case the hydraulic tubes will go upwards. Yeah? And then you see that we have here the position and here the position, and these are the kit for install some screw, some bolts, for example, and here some drawer pins. Yeah? And this drawer pin is for fix the cylinder exactly in the position where we positioned it in the factory. Yeah? We exactly position in the factory, we measure exactly the parallelism of the cylinder, and then we drill a hole for this pin, and then we bring on the drawer pin, and when you have to install them, this is your position, this point, and this point is the exactly position for the cylinder. Yeah? You see here some spacer, not on this place, on some other machine we have spacer on the flange here, and this is also the situation that our guys in the factory exactly position the cylinder, and then we have some spacer there, and don't remove them. You need them for make sure that the cylinder are parallel. Yeah? And now we have fixed in this part, these are self-safe screws. You see here there's a Loctite, so it's self-safe, and this is the nut for make a counter nut additionally. Yeah? So we have two safety parts, the sealing here or the Loctite here, and also the counter nut on the top of the machine, so we can be sure that the screws are fixed. We have to fix the screw with a torque controlled wrench. Yeah? So we have a list, we have it also on your stick. There you can see this is I think 8.8, yeah? And you will find a list with what kind of torque you have to fix the bolt. Yeah? Okay, and when you have to make maintenance, you should also control this bolt on site every time.
So you should always check torque on that bolt every time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Normally, when you install them with a torque, then you should not torque more, yeah? So you should only control the normal part, and then I think it's enough, yeah? And you will see if it's loose or not, yeah? But when you have tighten with a torque, don't tighten it by every maintenance a little bit more. It makes no sense.
Right.
Yeah? Okay. And don't open and torque it again, make auch no sense. Check on normally with normal wrench if there is no movement, and then you can be sure that the torque is okay. Yeah? These are all the parts if you had to do. Some small screws are only for this part, and this part are be mounted on the side, outside for fix the wire. Yeah? You see inside under the press ram there's a wire, and that is the first delivery, and you can fix them outside on a machine. And that's all what you have to do. And the wooden place you can put for your private even. Okay. Okay, and then we have here one grease part, and normally we have such a pump, yeah, and that's the first grease, and the customer should have such a grease pump, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then tomorrow we will see what we have to grease, some guiding tubes, some movable parts, for example. But now we will start with the hydraulic setting, and we can do it on the machine 820. So, who will start? Now we make maintenance on this machine, and the first of all what we have to do, the customer told you or say you, my bale weight is too less. Yeah? And though, okay, what you can do is check if the machine have the original pressure. Okay? For this you should know how high the pressure should be. Where you find this information, you find them in this part here. Okay. On the last side, or the last few sides, you will find the before the electric diagram, you find the hydraulic diagram. I think behind there, there's electric. So you find here.
Is it right here?
There's hydraulic, yeah. Okay.
So 240 bar.
240 bar. Okay. And now I'm the customer, say my bale weight is too less. Normally you you say it, I get a bale with 340 kilogram and I measure only 280 kilogram. What is wrong?
The pressure is too light.
Okay. You think this is too light. No?
Yeah.
Test it. Okay. Okay, I switch on the machine because you need the power of the machine.
Right.
So now you have to look where's the pressure.
Right there.
There's the pressure relief valve, and where you have to connect the gauge.
On the other side.
Get in there and get a shot of it still.
You remove that guy.
Okay, so connect now the gauge on this part.
So do you have the...
You can do it by hand. You don't need the tool.
That one?
No, not that one. This one. This one. This one. Yeah. So you can open it and nothing happened because there's a ball inside and the spring behind the ball. So you can open it and nothing happened. And you see here there's a pin, and this pin put the ball inside, and then you have to connect. Sorry for.
No problem.
Yeah.
What's the best angle I can view this?
Probably
Yeah.
right there.
Okay. And now you can connect this part. I hope it fixed on this position.
Okay.
And the problem is for this part you need more than two hands. Yeah. Or a colleague who support you. Oh.
Okay.
Are you sure that you have contact now? Yeah. Okay. So it's normally some of our guys have a gauge with a magnet.
Oh, that
Then
makes
you can
sense.
fix them. Okay. Now you see nothing. Okay.
Right.
What can we do? Okay.
Turn it on.
Normally we can start the press.
You
The
have
press lift up now. Did you saw something?
Yeah, it went up to about 50 bars.
50 bars. Okay, I told you when you haven't counter pressure, you can't get pressure there.
Right.
When I go downwards now, you will also see only some bars,
Like
5 bars, yeah. Only the counter pressure of the guiding guides blades on the side, not more, yeah.
right.
And though, can you measure the pressure now?
Not until it hits the bottom.
He
And
was on the bottom.
no, because you got to pressurize it.
No, you have no pressure because when you are in the automatic mode, the press drum goes downwards, and when the press drum leaves the proximity switch, it's on the top of the side, directly turn backwards to the start position. And so you don't increase the pressure really in the background. Now what we can do?
You gotta do like some kind of hydraulic adjustment in the panel, telling it you want to check the hydraulics.
No adjustment for no hydraulic. You have two possibilities. One possibility is a little bit easy. You have to leave the contact from the proximity switch on the bottom side.
Eliminate it? Is that what
There's a cable, disconnect the cable, and then the press go up and don't get the signal that the press is downwards. Yeah? You don't get a signal because the cable is disconnected. And then the press drum will press and the system will waiting when I can or when I get the signal, but you get no signal. And then you have the one problem because there's a monitoring time behind, and when the monitoring time of 30 seconds is appeared, then you get a fault.
Okay.
Yeah, but internal this time you can measure the pressure. That's
Okay.
one point.
Okay.
Because when you are alone, yeah, because you don't have 2 fingers here and 1 finger there. So you can do it when you are alone there. Or you can ask a lady, would you support me please? Normally you find a lot of ladies that you can support you. Yeah? And then I will do something, we will train it a little bit later. I will go now in a setup mode. And in the setup mode, this is the mode where I can operate the machine with 2 hands. And I don't have weight on the contact. I can operate the machine with 2 hands whenever and how long I want.
Okay.
And then I think you can see that you get 240.
60. 40. Sorry.
Okay? So I will go in the setup mode now. We will learn it a little bit later. Okay?
55.
Yeah. And now I'm able to operate the machine with 2 hands. Only with 2 hands. 1 button here and 1 button there. And press them simultaneously. Otherwise it don't work. When I here and there, nothing happens. I have to press them simultaneously. Okay? And now I go downwards, and when the press drum is in the down position, we have the maximum counter pressure because the cylinder is maximum extended, and then you will see that the pressure increases. You will also hear it on the motor. He make a different noise now. Huh? Okay? Watch on the gauge now. And tell me if the pressure is okay.
Yep. 240.
Okay? Your customer lied you because everything is okay.
That never.
Okay? So, this is the first check what you can do. I think it's very easy. Only connect the gauge and then press downwards with 2-hand operation, and then you can check if the pressure is okay. And now when the pressure isn't okay, what you can do?
Turn up your relief valve.
Okay, this is the pressure relief valve. So you see there's a counter nut. I'm not sure if I have tightened them or it's loosened. So you need, this is a little bit narrow, so we don't turn them with the open end wrench. No, it's not possible. I think we need only a socket. Yeah, with 90 millimeter.
19?
90. 19. So now I can disconnect the contact nut. Now the contact nut is open. Yeah. And now you are able to turn the screw inside with the 8 millimeter. 8 millimeter. What's called this one? Is a
Allen wrench.
Allen wrench.
I think it's 4 millimeter.
Allen wrench. Okay. So it fixed. So, and now other guy have to reduce the pressure on 160 bar. Why we need 160 bar?
For this switch.
It is our reference pressure for the switch. And we want to check, because our customer said, I don't get the bale ready. Or he said, my bale was too light. Okay, the system pressure is okay. I said, he lied. No, it can be sure that your signal from the pressure switch come too early. Not by 160 bar. When this signal came by 120 bar, then your bale also is too light. So now we have to control them. When we want to control them, mostly we need a little bit oil for the part here, so we can a little bit more oil. So we slide them a little bit, and then it's possible that we normally should work then. Yeah, yeah. So it's possible. And now we have two cables. Okay, first of all, we have to reduce the system pressure on the reference pressure on 160 bar. Yeah, is it also written in the hydraulic plan?
For 160 bar.
160 bar. So you should get the signal from this switch to the operation panel that 160 bar is reached or more. Yeah, and so by 150 it should have in contact, by 159 also not, by 160. But it's not so exactly. Yeah, so we will want to reduce the pressure now on 165, so we can be sure that you have contact. By 160 it can be exactly a little bit more or a little bit less. Yeah, so and now we reduce the pressure.
Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, you can do it by yourself. I operate this, and you can turn here, and you can give the signal when he have 165 bars. Yeah,
So,
okay.
So right now, we're just looking to get this to 160 bars.
Yeah,
And then we'll check this switch.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, normally you need the reference pressure there, and then you can check the switch. I know from the last group that the switch is okay. Set it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it would react. But when you don't get a signal from the switch now, then you know, okay, 160 bar, and the switch should switch now. When the switch don't switch, then you have to take a small socket here, and you have to turn the switch screw, internal is a small screw, yeah, in the direction, and say, okay, where's the point when the switch now? Because your reference pressure is 160, and now you have to search with the screw the point where the switch switched.
Okay.
But we don't want to,
You can't adjust it when
Yeah,
the bars are equal.
because the switch is now with the seal wax. We don't want to do something there. I know, and yesterday or the day before, we checked the switch is okay. But now you should check if I am right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So spin that down. Right?
No,
'Cause you
reduce, so reduce the pressure. I have locked the contact nut, yeah? It's very important, this one. Yeah. And now you can turn. And now you should know, turn inwards means to tighten the spring. Yeah? Tighten the spring means
It'll raise the pressure.
increase the pressure. Loose the spring means reduce the pressure, yeah? Okay, the spring is responsible for the contact pressure, yeah?
Yep.
And when you want to reduce, you have to turn left hand side, oh?
Yep.
Okay, loosen the spring tension.
So you'll turn that left.
Okay,
and right.
I will press, you will control, and you will turn.
Okay. Left.
165. Okay. Okay. Now this is your reference pressure now. Yeah. So, and the next step is to control if your pressure switch have contact now or not.
So we need the meter.
Yep. Okay. There's one. So. First, take your manometer, yeah? You have contact. Yeah. You see it also here, when it's too loud, you can hear them, but you see here some numbers. Some numbers are not very important, but OL is no contact, and some numbers you have contact, yeah? So, what is important here?
The 160
No, yeah. Important is what do you want to measure?
between these two wires on this switch.
Okay, do you want to...
Well, the wires will change so you should be...
Exactly. When you have the connected wire and when you test the wire, you tested the contact on the platine on the board. Yeah, and there is a total different measurement. You only want to measure the switch.
Okay.
Okay, you have contact, and normally now, okay, you have no pressure. And when I increase the pressure now by press downwards, you should have a signal. Okay, I hope it works. Cross fingers. Okay, you have contact. When you reduce the pressure on 150 bars, for example, only, okay. No contact, yeah? Okay. So you know the pressure switch worked and it switched off or switched on by 160 and should stay there when the pressure increase. And now you have 150 or approx or 140 and now you have no contact. Okay? So both things are okay and now your customer liked you. Yeah. Okay? It's his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, can we do that one more time where I can see the meter on the second?
Yeah. Now we have the pressure under 160 and we have the contact, yeah? So now you need one hand more, increase the pressure on 160 and then you get contact.
Wow.
Okay?
Good.
Good. So everything is clear, I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
Connect.
Looks good to me.
That is all what you have to do. And please think about that you have to disconnect the cable when you measure the switch, yeah? And now, stop. And now when the switch didn't give a signal by 160, then the switch is adjusted.
Right.
And then you need a small
Right.
wrench, yeah? And then you can turn the small screw inward. It's the same situation with the spring, and then screw inwards. Then it's switch a little bit later. Screw outwards, it switch a little bit earlier. Yeah, and though you can, this is the normal thing what we have to do. We don't want adjust them here. We don't want to adjust them here. We want to adjust them here. Yeah,
Yep.
and then when we replace them, you know that is not adjusted on 160, and so you have to replace. Bring the pressure on your reference pressure. Bring the both parts here. And then turn the screw inwards until you will get the signal.
So if this goes bad,
Yeah,
you're just going to keep turning it up, and nothing happens.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Just wanted to make sure
And then you have to replace them.
just wanted to make sure there wasn't another fault that would
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. But when you have turned a lot, it's a little bit turning and then you have more or less 10 bars. So you have to be very carefully. Yeah.
Okay.
And sometime when you, by old version, you could drill in the screw and then the screw was inwards, yeah. So be a little bit carefully. Or when you screw it out, the spring is also coming out, yeah. And so a little bit careful during your drilling, yeah. Normally, I think the switch, when we deliver them, is approx by, I think it's possible that it's by 160, and we need them by the other machine with 190. So I'm not sure how well we have settled from our supplier. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
Normally I should ask our supplier or I should measure them. You can always measure them, yeah? It's okay, no? Okay, then you have to put seal wax on it, yeah. And now what do we have to do now?
Bring the pressure back up.
Bring the pressure back up, yeah, and then lock the contact nut again.
Up to 260.
Up to 240.
240. Oh.
To 40, yeah. So it's very important that you have the documentation, yeah, and look what are the values, yeah. Okay, so I will press, you will control 240, and Augusta will do it. Be careful.
Get in there close.
Uh-huh.
Get burning.
I don't want my face in the
Turn.
camera.
Jawohl. Okay. Okay, 240, it's okay?
I didn't,
Exactly?
I didn't see
You are
I'm
the boss now.
I'm trusting her.
No, you are the boss now. Control.
Okay. Yep, we're good.
Okay,
Right on.
very good. So what we have to do now?
Lock in the nut.
Lock the nut. Yep.
Yeah.
Not too fast.
Not too fast.
Behind fast is damaged.
She doesn't want to be a movie star.
Yeah, I don't want to be a movie star. Thank you. Nope, nope. How tight do you want it?
It's okay, it's not. Normally you need also seal wax, yeah, and then you can be sure that the knock is okay, yeah. And I think before you deliver the machine, you should make a little bit seal wax, make sure that the settings are okay, yeah, and then take a little bit seal wax, and then it's okay, yeah. Then connect the rubber, yeah, make sure that the shoes, the cables are fixed correctly, yeah. Sometimes you have to press the part a little bit more, yeah. So you see, it is a little bit, not so easy when you have to do it alone. You need more than two hands, mostly, yeah. And therefore, our guys have a gauge with a magnet. Then you have one hand free, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have also shoes which you can connect directly to the measurement device, yeah. And though he has some tricks for do it by himself. Otherwise, by Lidl, for example, very often there are a lot of ladies who help you, but mostly they have no time. Yeah, that's our problem. Yeah? Okay, but we are mostly alone on the machine. Yeah, you have no capacity to go with two technicians on the machine. Yeah, only for such simple things. Yeah, and though you should think what you can do, and when I have two hands, it's okay. Otherwise, you have to disconnect. I can show it here on this machine here.
Okay.
These are the same proximity switches. We have installed them here on site and in the site, yeah. And on this machine, the same switches are on top of the frame of the cylinder frame, yeah. And here you have this part here. You can simply disconnect the cable. Yeah? And though you can press in the automatic mode, the press arm go downwards and there coming no signal from the switch. Yeah? And they press and press and press until the monitoring time is over. And then you get a fault message, okay, acknowledge the fault message and press one again.
Okay.
Yeah? And then you have additional 30-second time.
Okay.
Yeah? And that's what you can do when you are alone. Yeah? Okay?
Are they keyed? Like how they slide in, is there a notch so it'll only go in one direction?
Yeah. And you can control it very easily. When you see, I'm not sure where we have some buttons here that's not connected. I think you can stay up on a machine. Go up here and look, there are the switches on top. You see them?
See that? This one? Which one is the down?
There are two one, yeah?
Yeah, there's one here and then one over there.
Okay, so two switches also there, yeah? One switch is responsible for press rem in the start position, and every stroke have to start in the start position. So you have contact with the first switch. When you haven't contact, the press rem say, or you say on the display displayed not in the start position or not in the initial position, yeah? Okay, we want to go upwards and I will operate the machine?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. What do you see? Nothing, yeah? You see two switches
Yeah.
and they're only lighting
They're both
green.
They're both like green.
Or both are green, yeah?
Yeah.
Please support your hands. I will go upwards. Be careful. I want to rescue your life. Okay, be careful.
Go for
And
it.
now. Okay. Press on, come down and come up now. And one of the first switch should switch now from green in green yellow. I hope it is so.
That one over there.
That one, yeah? Okay, now you have contact with the flag, and this is this flag here. This flag contact the second or the first switch and give the signal that the press rem is in start position. Okay? And then now I press downwards, you will see that the second switch will light for a second and direct out, and then the press rem go upwards. So we have the signal that the press rem reach the switch and leave the switch, and when the press rem leave the switch and we don't have a signal from the pressure switch, they go upwards directly, and so we can press and press and press until we get the signal. And so we get a counter pressure, and so it means the bale is just ready. Yeah? Okay, keep your fingers. I will go downwards and control the second switch. You will see the second switch will shortly have green and yellow, and then out, and then green and yellow once again, because you have contact with this flag, yeah? When you have contact, okay? Please keep your fingers. I hope it works. Okay. Normally you can also check the switches with a normal wrench, yeah? I have to bring a wrench in front of the switch and then you have also signal, yeah? But I want to see you up. Okay. So those are the most important things which you have to control when you make maintenance on a machine, yeah? And when all these things are working well, normally the customer should be happy, and the bale should have the exact weight. No?
Check a scale.
Yeah. Now we have another problem. The customer said to you, the bale weight is only 280 kilograms. Did he lie? Or is it possible?
It could be different stock. It could be different cardboard, and so it doesn't weigh as much.
Okay. One possibility. Other possibility.
Could be you have a leak in your system.
When you have a leak in the system, you had measured it.
Right, we have the pressure, so.
Yeah.
Pressure would be down.
No, we had pressure, full pressure by pressing downwards. Yeah. I think you can know it now, but I will I will teach it. When you open the door, we press downwards the press rem. When you open the door, the press have to stop, yeah? Of course, we interrupt the main switch, no? So now I take a little bit forward because I have a separation presentation there. You see here also a part. Do you know what it is working for.
Gotta be some kind of height. Something or
Height
other.
adjustment.
Yeah. There is a laser beam. You see here when I have my hand there, you see a laser beam. It don't hurt, yeah? But don't look with your eye in this. Yeah? You see a laser beam. And this laser beam projected on top on a mirror. There's a mirror. And you get the response of the mirror and you receive the signal also.
So when it comes down, it's walking.
No. So now you see here also the green and the light signal. Yeah? It means the switch have contact with the mirror. Now when I interrupt the signal, you see you have only a green light.
Right.
Okay? And this is responsible for make sure that the press plate only press in the horizontal and not jammed. Yeah? And when the press is jamming, for example, when you have stuck material on one side and loose material on the other side, then the press RAM say, okay, why I should work so hard? I go in this direction where it's easier for me. Yeah? So where the loose material is there. Yeah? And then the press RAM jam a little bit, and when the press RAM jam, the light beam
Breaks.
don't reach the mirror on the top. We can screw a little bit, the other groove we screw out, and then we can see what happened. Yeah? So, when we press downwards and when the light beam is interrupted, then the system said, okay, I have pressure on my press RAM, stress on the machine. Yeah? And so, before I damage the machine, go up. And then you get a message here, unequal loaded. From I think so. It's a message. We can do it a little bit later. Unlegal loaded. Yeah. Okay. Then the operator should know what he did wrong. He did unlegal filter machine. Or he had stuck material here, paper stocks for example, and loose material there. So he should recognize by unlegal loaded what he have to make better by the next stroke. So you have to put more material on this side, less material on this side. Yeah? Then we press once again. When everything is okay, you don't interrupt the laser, and then everything is okay. Then you can press again. But when you have always unlegal loaded, then you interrupt the laser and the signal once again. The press ramp goes upwards, and you get the second message, unlegal loaded. Then the operator should do anything for make the surface better. Okay? The third time we start pressing, and when we have a third time interrupted of this laser beam, then we say, okay, it was a stupid operator and was not able to make a legal loaded. So we say the bale is in a very bad condition, and before we damage the machine, we give the signal bale ready, and the operator have to strap the bale and injected the wrong bale or the bad bale. And this could be a situation where the head of the department say, my bales are only 280 bars. And the operator said, I don't know why. Yeah, okay. And this was also a part. I had a customer said, okay, why everything two less bales, yeah? And then we can read here how often the signal was appears. And when he make 100 bales and he had 300 contacts or 300 fault messages, you don't know that he every time have the signal unlegal loaded and they get the bale ready signal too early. And that can be the reason. Okay? And when this is okay, and you have to control here, and that we will learn where you control how often the signal was appears, then you can say, okay, did you lie me? Okay, well then should be everything okay, and then you should reach the original bale weight when the material is normal material, of course. Okay?
Makes sense.
Makes sense. So, any questions? Now we will do something repeating in some presentations for setting all the informations. Yeah?
So
But these are the most important parts that you have to do. Yeah?
I actually have a question. If I undo this while this is down, so that I don't have to jump up on top of the machine, will the machine still activate and go up and then go down, or does it have to see that to go up so that I can check?
This
my
is
pressure?
only the light for this switch here. I
Right.
interrupted because I opened the door. Normally you don't see this because you reach the signal and you leave the signal internal 0.2, 0.5 seconds. Yeah.
But if you want to check pressure, can you open this door and undo that switch, or do you have to undo the switch from the top and then check pressure?
Okay. I can operate a machine with open door. You know.
Because you're in the setup mode.
Exactly. Exactly. Normally when I have open door. So normally the machine should not work. Yeah, because it's too risky that I have the arms here or one people is sitting there and I lift up the press with high pressure. Yeah. So when I be a technician, I be allowed, and you will also be allowed next week, to operate the machine in the setup mode. Yeah, and setup mode means you have to know the password. Do you know the password?
No.
No. Okay. Do you think the password is in the operation manual?
No, but the technical service manual probably.
Yeah. So the operation manual have also the first password. We have two passwords. One password is for move the machine downwards and upwards, because you have some customers who say, okay, it's my machine, and when I want to move the machine, I want to do it by myself, and I want to also to lift up or lift down the cylinder, and it's his right to get the password normally. But the normal operator shouldn't work in the setup menu because it's a little bit risk. I say a little bit because the operator don't get the risk because his both fingers are on this panel here. The risk is for the third person. When I operate here and you are very close to the machine, then it's a little bit risky. For a few weeks we got a call that the person have jammed his arm here because one person was lifting a machine and the third person was looking, oh, there's something on the press rim, and then he jammed here. Yeah? Yeah, this is very stupid, but this can happen. Yeah, it was not so a problem. It was only jam a little bit. Yeah, and they called the fireman, and what can the fireman do? Yes, you called also HM because HM was, I think, 2 hours far away. Yeah, the fireman was able to operate the manual because he didn't know the machine. What can he do?
You disconnect the lines on the hydraulic pump and let it.
Exactly, that is what he did. Yeah, he did disconnect the hydraulic hose. He was clever. Disconnect the hydraulic hose. Okay, I think he get a little bit oil shower. But the press rim was going down. Yeah, and so it's the best way what he can do. Yeah. Okay. So now I will show you. Come a little bit closer here. I will show you, and then we will go more in detail. Here we have a menu button. Yeah, and the menu button activated means now I can choose several options, and one of the options is go in setup mode, and then I have acknowledge here, and then I have to type in a password. You should know the password. It's 4455, but you don't find numbers on this display.
Up and down.
No, not so easy. Or not so complicated. It's easier. We have a display here. You see numbers. There where my finger is number 1. Okay, you see the number? Okay. There's number 2, and there's number 3. You can see it, yeah? Number 4, number 5, number 6. It's easy, yeah?
Okay.
Number 7, number 8, number 9.
Okay.
Exactly as you have on your cell phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when I have to press in 4499, I have to press 4455. Acknowledge, and then OK.
Okay.
And now you can operate the press rim with 2 hands, up and down. And you be careful to your colleague, yeah?
So you just press up
Yeah,
with these two?
And though you can control everything internal, yeah? You need this kind of mode exactly by this machine where you have to lift up the cylinder tubes, yeah? And this one is a plug and play machine. Normally you don't know it. Oh. So, when did the operator have to go in the setup menu? Is it necessary that an operator go in the setup menu? Normally not, huh? No, normally not.
Checked in the Bale.
Normally not. Okay, I will tell you that it's necessary for the stupid operator. Normally we have a closed door. It's okay, it's okay. And we're not in the setup mode, yeah? 3-second press here, and then you came out, yeah? So normally we press. Stop. And then the signal appears, Bale ready. Okay? Now the operator have to open the door, have to strap the bale and have to inject the bale. It's easy. Okay? The operator open the door. You find the press ram in this situation. Think about there's a finished bale. Yeah? Now I have to take the insert needle. I have to catch the tape from the backside. We will do it later. And I have to strap the bale. And then I want to insert the bale. Yeah? What I have to do then before?
Close the door again.
No, close the door. Then you would bring the bale against the door. You would bring the bale outside. Yeah? So the door should be open in 90 degrees. Yeah? So the bale came out here. Here you have a wooden pallet, and then you want to bring the bale on the pallet. Yeah? Before you, how we can inject the bale? We have to connect the bale injector. The bale injector is this belt here. Yeah? And the belt is connected with a movable part on the back wall. So we have to connect this part with this unit here.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Just take
And now you can operate with two-hand operation, lift. Now you see that the belt will move the bale outwards. Okay? Now you have now you have the situation that your operator didn't forgot to inject them. And now the press ram is on top and the bale is inside. Now press downward for injector, bale injector once again. It don't work. And then you have such a face. Because you call HSM and say, okay, I have a problem. My bale and my press plate is on a start position. The bale is in the machine. I have strapped them very carefully, but it is in the machine, the bale. How I can move it out? And now you can say, no possibility. The bale is so fixed in the machine, you can move it with the hand. Yeah? You can take tape and back here and take electro pellet strucker and pull them out, everything. And normally you can say, okay, not so good for you. You have to cut off the bale now and take out the material piece by piece. Such a face, because he will say, okay, is it necessary? You say, normally yes. If there are alternatives, you can say yes. One alternative is, I will send you a technician on site, but he can come tomorrow or a day after tomorrow. And he said, okay, it's not possible to wait for the yeah. And now, what can you do? And now, our technicians in Germany have a lot of ladies by Lidl, for example, who forget to connect the bale injector. I think every technician 5 calls per day.
Wow.
Yeah, because by Lidl the operator changes too often. Sometimes on Saturday some children, some students want to work only for a few euros, and all the day operate the press and they forget it also. Yeah? So, and I am on the phone now and you are the customer. And now I can describe you how you come in the operation mode. Press the menu button and press the button, the arrow downwards, until you see the menu, setup menu. Yes, acknowledge. And now type in the left hand arrow twice, one and twice stop. Okay, acknowledge. Now you see the two-hand operation symbol. Now you can go downwards with the press ram with two hands. Be careful that your colleague is not in close to the machine. Now go up to the bale now, and you know that you have now the maximum pressure here. Yeah? When you press on the bale, you press with, in this case, 20 tons. So when I have my hands here under the press ram and between press ram and bale, you will damage my hand. Yeah? So you are responsible for all the person who are here. Yeah? But you see what happens.
So
Your hands are safe because you need both hands, but you have to control in all this area. And you have to stop directly when one come here in. And okay, some
so
people.
if you have, so there's two codes though.
Yeah.
So couldn't you have a code that keeps that door closed, but you can still manually operate that down?
What do you need?
So that door is still closed,
Yeah.
but you can manually send this down, because then they can lock that in once the door's open and send it back up.
Yeah. The problem is when you have a ready bale, you are not able to close the door once again
It's just so
because the material is growing outward. Yeah. With the hydraulic door lock system, you have a change, but with the hand lock door lock system, you are not strong enough for close the door. So you have the contact between this magnet and this switch, and they should have a distance maximum from 1 millimeter.
Okay.
The other situation or the other possibility is to disconnect the magnet here and bring them there. Okay? And all our technicians have a magnet in their pocket. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So they are allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I say to you, technicians are allowed to interrupt some service or some safety change. Yeah, because they have the knowledge, and they have to do some things by open door. Yeah, they have to fix problems and so on. But they have to be sure that they bring them in the original situation when they leave the machine. So now you can inject the bale. Okay. Lift up the bale. Oops. I think he was not deep enough. Do you see the slot in the back wall? Now you see the slot, yeah? Okay. So by the maintenance you have also control if this belt is very strong. Otherwise you have to connect the screw one point behind so you can strengthen in it, yeah? Oh, you can, yeah, okay. It's not possible to lock them. Normally when I close the door now, I press with the door this part here and then no, it's not possible. Why it's not possible?
Because I got too much tension.
I think I was too. I think it's too much tension. Yeah. Okay. Press. Okay. Okay. So, now your questions.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Training is finished. No? No.
Work
No?
on it.
And then you pull the tape, you feed the...
Yes,
feed the
normally
tape.
when you strap the bale, I will show you how we strap the bale. Normally we catch the bale, the tape from the back wall, yeah, with this needle here. Before we have to open the tape rake so that we can roll up tape from the roll, for example. And then you get the loop with the tape, yeah, when you pull the tape from the back wall side. You get a loop, and then you have cut off the loop, not too early, because then it is not long enough. Yeah, and then you have to make a knock with this end and this end. But be careful, you have two ends here. Make sure that you find the correct side. Yeah, the side was coming from the bale, not the side was coming from the roller. Yeah. Then you make a knock, not once, two or three knocks. Yeah, and then you have the tape here. Yeah, and then you have to insert it again in this position. Make sure that the tape is not here, because when it's here, you have pressure from the bale. Yeah, make sure that the tape is inside of this part here. Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
So, see your difference between the machines here? Some difference?
Yeah, these ran are this
Or
side.
cross.
Yep.
Pulled up
Yeah, some difference are here. The machine have all the same panel now, yeah, you see? And when you leave the machine, make sure that you leave it in the manual mode. 3 seconds. Okay. Yeah.
The menu. Does it, if you turn it off and turn it back on, will it exit out?
Test. I think when you test and you give your the own answer. No. No, that's what.
That's the way it's shipped. Huh. Okay.
Okay. So, look where the laser point is reach the mirror. Look inside. You see the mirror
Oh yeah.
and the laser is in the center.
Yeah.
Yesterday the group, this
off by
yeah,
like,
exactly in the center.
it's not perfectly in the center. It's maybe off by maybe like
Okay.
millimeter or two.
Yesterday we make some settings on the laser, and though we got always the message uneagle loaded, and then we make the setting once again. Though we trained it yesterday, and now we can disconnect some screw, and then you can connect it. So you need here a wrench, and then you can drill on this screws, and you can control if your laser is exactly in the middle. Yeah. Okay. You can look also, yeah, where the laser point is fixed the mirror. It's a manual torsion control system. We have a ring switch, and the tube is in the middle of the ring switch. And when our press ram jam, although the tube will move, and then we will have contact to the ring switch, and it's the same situation as we have here. Yeah.
That's the ring switch right there.
Yeah. It's clear, yeah?
Magnetic.
It's a magnetic switch, yeah? But the signal in the unit is the same, on or off, not more. Yeah? Contact or no contact. Yeah? And we want to change the new system to all the machine in future.
These things.
Yeah. Okay, we started with this machine by the V504, test them one period, and now we are sure that the system works very good. Yeah. So it can be that the mirror is dirt, or the laser is dirt, for example. Now we go out of the setup mode. You have to be sure when you go in setup mode that you leave the machine by so.
Always out.
So normally it can be that we have problem that material come over the press ram and not on the under the press ram, and then it can be that we have a piece of paper or piece of cardboard over this part here, and then we can have a signal. Yeah. Now when we close the door, so why is this part here?
Make it tight.
Make it by closing, yeah?
Actually break it loose.
To close them, yeah?
Yeah, loose.
No, only for losing. Because you can close it so, it's enough, yeah? But when you get pressure on the door, then it can be possible that you need this help tool for open the door. You don't need it by close. Yeah? Okay. Service heft in German. Okay, now we have paper on the laser and we haven't contact, so we haven't, you see, the switch have only a green light when you see the switch. Only green light, yeah? So now the machine will get a problem, I think so, normally, yeah? So I'll be in this position and the mirror or the laser is dirt, yeah? Or something paper is laying on. Now we press, lifting up, so it works. Press some goes in the start position. But now I think you get a message.
Inclination sensor.
Okay. What means inclination sensor is this one, yeah? And you see there should be a problem. Okay, acknowledge. Or the button shows go downwards. And now
Move into cleaning position.
move in the cleaning position. Yeah? It means we have a problem, we have in the signal, and now the machine say, okay, I go downwards with the press ram and you have clean the mirror or clean the sensor. Yeah? So open the door, clean the sensor. Close the door and then look what happened. They lift up automatically, yeah? Okay.
And you'll start film wrap up.
Manual start with film or ram up.
I'll ram up.
Or film ram up. Okay? It means now you are the operator and you have to choose what you want to press. In this case you will press foil, yeah? Or film. You see here? Film, yeah? Film. Okay. Now you have a program for press film. Ram up means the press ram goes down and goes up after every stroke. And stop in the home position. Okay, this is normal program. Now when you go in menu, you see that you have possibilities here. Error this one, error this one. When you type, you see there are more different programs. Yeah.
Ram down. Cardboard. Film ram up. Film ram down.
Okay, how many programs do we have?
3.
3. One program for cardboard and 2 programs for foil. By foil you have 2 options. Press ram down or press ram up after every stroke. This makes sense?
No. I don't understand why it would, because it should come up every time so you can load more in.
Yeah. But
So,
when you come every 1 hour with a part of foil, we have one machine here in our warehouse and I opened the door, the press ram was up and the press chamber was full of foil. You know the situation? Yeah? And I thought when the operator come only once per hour, then the press ram, the foil or the film in the ram will grow up. And then he open the door and he have a complete full press chamber. Yeah? And in this case, it makes sense to say, okay, I will press and the press ram should stay on the material, and when I come, I press the button, press arm up, and then I have an empty chamber.
So if there was something in there, it wouldn't have come back up.
Of
It's
course.
just-
We can go to the machine a little bit later, and we can see what happened, yeah? So, and so we can choose, and it's depend how often you came with material, yeah? When I say, okay, I press and go down and go up, and I open directly the door and can fill new material, then it makes sense to choose the program, press RAM up. But when I fill the press, yeah, and close the door and press and I go away and I will come back 1 or 2 hours later, then it makes sense that the press RAM should stay down on the material. Yeah? Okay, and though you should think about what is better in my case. And I think in the warehouse, I'm not sure, it's better when the press RAM should stay down. Yeah? Okay, but I'm not sure, is it the old one or is it all the new one? New
It's 1160.
1160 with this new control panel?
It has that on it, yeah.
That's all. Okay, then
We can change
we can change it, for example. Yeah, then you can see what happened. Yeah. Okay, these are the two programs by film. By cupboard, we have only one, because when you press cupboard and when you lift up the press arm again, the cupboard will stay in this position for a whole day. Yeah. So 3 programs, and what makes sense, you know when. Yeah. Then we have other options. Look.
Real valves.
Okay.
Go into it.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Bale's film 1. Working hour 0, 10 mil. 10 minutes. 0 hour, 10 minutes.
10 minutes with the first group and some with this group. Yeah. So this is a option where every operator or the board of this department can look how many bale we produce in the last week or complete, how many working hour I have, and should I call the service technician, for example, for making maintenance and so on, and so we can check them. Yeah.
So can you reset that, or is that a total machine count?
It's count once by once. Yeah. Okay. We don't can reset bale per day, for example. It's not an option. Yeah, because we have no time in the background. We only have working time. When the motor is running, it's working time. Yeah, we count them, but we don't have a clock that we have today, Wednesday, and at 12 o'clock we change the bale counter on 0. You know, so we count bale by bale. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's very important. You can see you have bale,
Bale's paper.
bale's paper,
1. Bale's film 1. So I assume that's one of the film and then one of the.
paper, and bale total. I hope too.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
got
Okay.
paper and bale.
Okay. So when you are a technician and you come to your customer and see on the outside of the factory that there are a lot of bales in film. Okay? And then you should check if they press the film in film program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? So you have see only bales, film bales out of the factory, and you see here 1 hour bales totally and 90 bales in cupboard.
So they're just running the cardboard.
Though they pressed film with a cupboard program. Is there a problem?
Too much pressure.
Too much pressure. Too much stress for the machine, for example. Yeah? Exactly. Yeah? And also, what's the risk when I press foil film in cupboard program?
Blow a cylinder.
Yes, it's a risk for the machine once, and it's also a risk for the people who is very close to the bale, because you have bale, film bale pressed with a high pressure. You have strapped them with normal wire. Yeah? And by film, very often you have sometimes a little bit air between the film. You have bubble films, for example. Yeah? And then it's possible that you have a very high compressed bale with film. Then it warm up outside, and then it's possible that your wire burst, make boom, yeah. And then it's not only a lot of waste on your outside, but it's also risky for people who are very close to the bale. Yeah, it's also, yeah. But I think they will learn that. Yeah? But you have to control, you should control if the operator understand that they have to choose the right program for the material. So film with film program and cardboard with cardboard program. Okay?
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay. Have you other possibilities? They should also come and look. No. Okay. Downwards. Okay. Next part. Okay. There. There you have possibilities.
Manual start, auto start, manual start.
Okay. What is different? Manual or automatic start?
I would imagine manual start, you gotta push the button, auto start happens when you close the door.
Okay. So manual start is every time the best solution, no?
Not necessarily. Production-wise, as long as that door's closed.
Okay. So I will choose manual or I will choose automatic start when I open the door and I have a lot of material, so much material that I can fill up the whole press chamber at once. And when the press chamber is every time full and I close the door, then the press ram start automatically. Yeah? But when I have only little material, I bring little material, the press ram is not full, I close the door because I don't want to let the door open because I have traffic in the floor here. So I have to close the door every time and I come back and bring another piece of cardboard, for example, and I need several times before I have filled the press chamber. Then that makes sense, then I choose the program manual. Yeah?
Will the manual and auto start work on both film and cardboard?
By both. Yeah?
Okay.
By both. This is one exactly the same. Yeah? You can only choose manual. And now what kind of menu we have chosen?
And then there's just setup.
Close the door, okay. I have material, press ram up. So we can read here. I have manual start and film, yeah? Okay, so I have to press every time. Goes up, and next I have also pressed the manual button downwards. Now we choose the program in automatic program when the press ram is up. Acknowledge. Okay. So now we have choose an automatic program. It means when I open the door at first and then I close the door, nothing happened. The first time I have to start. Yeah. And the next should be start automatically.
Will it do it even though there's nothing in there? It'll still do it even though it's hitting home position, sending it
Yeah,
back up.
yeah, exactly. Oh, it goes up now. So then I have to open this door. By the sliding door, the door open automatically. Yeah, sliding door. So I have to open the door, fill in material, yeah, as much as fixed in the press chamber. And now, when I close the door, the press ram should start automatically. I'm happy that it works. Okay.
Makes sense.
So, we want to choose some programs.
So when we're changing from film to cardboard, or
Yeah, for example, you have every time you have to start with the menu button. So, and when you see the errors, then you have the option. Here, for example, you can press the right hand or left hand button and you can choose the option. When you have the option, find the option, then you have to press the acknowledge button. Yeah, and so you can choose. Okay. Okay. So now you have automatic start with cardboard. And when you want to choose the manual start with cardboard, start with menu button. No, go downwards. Next step, there's mode. Yeah, one up, mode automatic, and then you have the options. Left, no, you have options for choose manual or automatic. Yeah. Okay. One problem in this whole system is one. When you have some operator who want to make jokes with you, they make this one. Do you come out? Definitely come out. It's also very often you get a call that some operators say there are only Japanese signs on the screen. I'm not sure what I have to do now. And now you can say, okay, switch off and switch on. And now it's the same, because it makes no sense. When you switch off and switch on, you every time have the German language, also here in America. So the language shouldn't change when you switch off and switch on. The chosen language should stay every time the same. Also every day when you switch on the machine. Now we have a problem.
Is the manual going to tell me how to change that?
Okay.
Fake it till you make it.
Huh?
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. You can test a lot of things, but I promise you, you don't find the button for change the language. I promise you.
Is there a code?
No code. Only you have in your mind where is the position for change the language.
On the outside of the...
You know how often you have to press downwards?
The down box?
Yeah, the button downwards from menu, start menu, 1, 2. Test it. Test it. Go in menu. No, yeah, you was very close. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4. And now you can choose with this button the other languages.
There we go. Wow. 4.
That is what that you have to keep in your mind, when you have a phone call. Press menu button, press button downwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can choose with the left hand or the right hand button, so long as you find your language, and then acknowledge. That's a little bit the problem from my point of view. Yeah? But it should also be easy for the operator to change their language. When you have a Turkey man working on a machine or a Russian man, he should also be able to change his language. Yeah? And so we want to make it easy. But I think some of our programmers don't know that Japanese and also Russia, when Russia language, you also have no change to find the other language. Yeah? So you should now press 4-time button downwards, and then you can choose the language with the right or left hand button, and then you can acknowledge when you find your English or other kind of language which you need.
You're mean.
We have one day in a year, it's the 1st of April. The colleagues make jokes together, yeah? And very often we have the problem on this day. I'm not sure if there also someday here in America. Yeah, it's the 1st of April. Yeah, you know it? Yeah. The same, oh? The same day?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's international.
Yeah. And now we see a lot that their mouse pad have a pad under the and so on. Yeah, they make a lot of joke, and a lot of operator will also make the joke with their colleagues the day before the 1st of April. We leave at evening and change the language in Japanese language, for example. Okay, good.